but the kid is not my son. Woo! She says I am the one, but the kid is not my son. No, no.
Hello, welcome back to the WAM show.
No one's welcome on the WAM show.
Well, there's a bit of an update on the striking situation.
Oh yeah?
Someone new decided to delay the show 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, I don't even have a good excuse.
What was your reason?
I was on 5th floor of N1 and I sprinted from there.
Well, the question is, why weren't you on the 2nd floor of Campus Centre?
A very good question. I don't know. I don't even have a good excuse.
I mean, like most people use a parachute to get down from N1. Like,
Right.
It's an engineering school, so it makes sense that there's a bit of aerodynamics involved. But within that short, extended intermission before the show started, Cameron decided to speak to the locals outside the window and try to mime his way into a free crepe.
I got one too.
Did they take pity for your shrunken figure, I guess?
Surely they're not packing up. Please.
They had like I think they had a big event on, because I saw those what are they called? The Spanish like singers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They started since 12 apparently.
Who was running it?
Spanish club.
Spanish, Latin, Latino club, something like that. But it's like Nutella crepes. I don't know what they're called. They're called something, obviously. I don't think they're just crepes. They're like, I don't know, enchiladas or something. Is that what they're called?
I'm not.
Anyway, these guys out here thought it was a Ramadan event, so I'm like,
Why would you don't eat Ramadan? You don't eat at all. Like, why would they eat food?
Like, why are they eating food? It doesn't make sense. And then they talked about how Easter is not a.
Can you just put your lightsaber away?
Easter's not a holiday in Japan. And
Have you seen his phone?
I did see it. It's
It's a mess.
ridiculous.
I like it.
So the description will be, you know, like in the early 2000s where there was that phone app where it like made your phone into a lightsaber, and like you turned it on and like make zhooing noises and you can move it around and like zhoo at you.
Yep.
That's what it looks like permanently, just like a tiny white strip down the middle of the screen and everything else is darkened.
I mean, they haven't made a phone yet that also you could use as a lighter, so you could be like,
Well, they did. It was called the Samsung Note, what was it, 11?
oh yeah, that was pretty good. For all those smokers out there, there's, what are they called? I don't know. Rappers. So should we, well, was I not even on?
No, I just turned off the headphones.
Whoa. So that's why I couldn't hear anything. Yeah, should we just jump into it?
Yeah, we're skipping the post-intro song because someone's on the first strike.
Would we want to do...
First strike.
Would we want to do a game of coin drop?
Well, before we get into that, I have a bit of a... I think I went a bit too hard on a kid in one of my classes.
What'd you do?
So, you know when you get, like... It's kind of hard to switch off, like, the roasting people constantly, like, lifestyle, you know? So what happened was, I was in class... Okay, tell me this is acceptable behavior. Alright? I'm in class, right? One of the other groups messed up their lab results, so they needed a lab result which was like good, like an actual photo of someone, one of the results that worked. So he comes up to me, he's like, oh, can I grab your lab results? It's like, I'll send you the photos, give me your Facebook. I started typing his name in. So he's like, oh, I'm the one with the 12-year-old there, and he starts explaining why he's like a 12-year-old in his photo. I just go to him, I asked for your Facebook, not your life story. No. Too harsh, not harsh enough, or should I have moved it up?
Is this the first time speaking to him?
We're not very close, you know? It's
Okay.
Just, he's in a different group. I occasionally come over and make fun of his work.
Oh yeah.
Am I just a bully, or is that funny?
I think not harsh enough.
Not harsh enough. What would you have done in such situation? How would you have doubled the burn?
How would I have doubled the burn? You didn't want his life story. I would have just you went to add him on Facebook, did you?
Yeah, so I can send him the photos.
I would have added him on Facebook and then not said him. the photos.
Send a picture of like my finger up.
Yeah, that, and then he constantly asks you like, where is it sent? You'd be like, oh, I've sent it. It's like it's loading.
Maybe be within 3 to 5 business days. Okay, follow-up question. Should I make a written apology and send it to him, since I do have his Facebook?
No.
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 Should I just leave him? He was just asking for some help. He got absolutely roasted.
Send him a few emojis or something.
Should I double down and send him a harsher text message?
Ooh.
Tell him his life. You don't want to know his life story, and you hope it ends soon.
Okay, that's borderline criminal.
I hope the story reaches its conclusion soon. It's getting a bit boring. Yeah, I would do it. I don't think he would take it seriously.
A death threat. I don't know. I feel like that's a bit too far past my limits.
You just get a restraining order in the mail the next day.
So rather than so I'm not going to at this point. I'm not going to apologize.
No.
I'm not going to double down. Is there an in between there I can do?
Have you sent him the photo yet? Or you
I did.
Okay.
Unsend the photo.
Unsend the photos.
Yeah. Unsend it. You send it, and now you unsend it. So
I think it's a bit late for that.
No, but it's still a power move. You don't trust him enough to leave it up, so you unsend it later.
You know what I could have done? I could have sent him only blurry photos of our results.
Oh.
That would have been a good move if I really want to ruin his day.
Or send your results with the extra effort, Photoshop them to be wrong, and then send them to him.
I just want to clarify, the guy seems really nice. I do like the guy. I feel like things just got a bit out of hand. It was a 5-hour lab. We're in our 5th hour. I was getting a bit out of it, I guess the term is. So things just went on to autopilot.
I feel like I'm just as friends with him as you are with him, so I can do what I want in terms of doubling down or not doubling down.
That doesn't make any sense. You don't know who the guy is.
Yeah, I know him.
So you're saying if you're in my position, you're not unsure if you'll double down or not yet, or you're saying you would double down?
Oh, absolutely double down.
How would you double down?
I've already told you now.
Remove the photo.
No, I can't. That's not a good move because I've already sent it. He's already saved it to his phone.
No, but it's not. It doesn't matter if he's saved on his phone. It's about sending a message.
I should have sent it. I should have sent it to him as like a Snapchat, like 20-second photo.
Yeah.
It's what you say when you unsend the message. You're like, I don't trust you, dude. I'm gonna unsend the message.
Alternatively, could I have offered him the photos, but on a very outdated medium? Like, do you have MySpace or something? Like, make him make an account on some obscure platform.
Add me on
Ooh.
LinkedIn. I'll send you a message there.
We'll give him Polaroids of it.
Polaroids. I'll send him the big W with to print it out.
Yeah.
Send him your lab mark at the end of the class.
Alternatively, I could have split up the image into multiple segments and send it to him one at a time and turn it into like a bit of a 40 clues kind of thing, you know?
You could have.
But you can. You still can. Just unsend the messages. Do it again.
Do it again.
The right way.
Oh, I accidentally sent you the wrong images. That was my last year's results.
I accidentally sent him like graduation photos and tell him your life story.
Interestingly,
See if he comes back.
tell my life story. Send him a long essay.
Yeah, why not? Tell him everything. What hospital you were born in, your first kindergarten experience, first Mother's Day.
Honestly, at this point, I think it would kind of be funny apologizing a week after it's happened and seeing if he even thinks about it, like to see if it actually has affected him or if he brushed it off as a joke. I'm kind of curious. Like, did I affect his week? Did he like go, should I inquire about the story of the picture?
Here's what you do.
Because I'm kind of curious as into why, because it's a bit strange to start explaining your profile picture to someone.
I feel like
there might have been an interesting story that I completely cut off.
Maybe he was just embarrassed by it and had to give you a
then you should change it if he's so embarrassed by it.
Well,
just put a picture of a bloody anime character or something.
That's the worst thing
It's
you could
less
do.
embarrassing than his 12-year-old photo, probably. Would you say an anime profile pic is above or below a 12-year-old photo of yourself?
Below.
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 There's a bottom.
I reckon.
The only thing worse is like a furry like anime picture.
I think that's below, but I think these are somewhat equivalent.
Follow-up story that reminded me of a guy. He was about 19 years old when I knew him. He had a voicemail message. Guess when he recorded it?
5 years ago.
When he was like 12 years old. And that's the most high-pitched thing ever.
Oh, no.
And he uses it for work, his phone number. And he hasn't changed it because he thought it's hilarious that like a high-pitched squeaky voice is like talking to the person who missed his call. And he's saying he was applying for job interviews and he had to answer every call no matter if it looked like a sketchy number. Because he didn't want them going to his message bank and hearing like a high-pitched screeching noise.
But here's the thing, like, I don't see what's the point of apologizing. I feel like, how many weeks we got left in the term, semester? Like, 4 weeks? That's like 4 weeks of torment, pranks.
5?
That being said, this particular class is 5 hours each. So that's 20 hours I'll have exposure to this guy. I might have ruined his life, you know?
Hey, that's 5 hours he has exposure to you. You have to look at it from a different perspective. Like, when
you're not stuck. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
So,
is that what you're saying?
Yes. So, like, you know, you're about to leave class, you hold the door open for him, he's coming, and then you just, like, leave. You just slam the door shut behind you just before.
Should I inquire about this story live on the show and see if it's interesting?
Yeah.
Alright,
Let's
go
do
for
it.
it.
And then potentially, this can lead into the
Could be.
It could be good.
embarrassing for you.
It could be really. It could be like a really depressing like origin story. You know, like make me feel really bad about myself.
Look, yeah. Go send a message now. He might not reply straight away because he hates you so much. But hopefully he gets back to us by the end of the episode or by the end of the week.
Ooh, okay. I reckon that's a goer.
Alright, go.
I wish. Anyway, we're back on the air. Welcome back to the WAM show on Radio Monash.
Welcome back. Yeah, welcome back. You know, it's,
So what message did you decide on in the end?
oh yeah.
I went with a. I'm kind of curious about your profile picture story. I feel bad about cutting you off.
Has he replied yet?
No, but I'm probably. Let's see how that goes. I'll keep you informed.
Do you think he might think you're pulling like a move on him or something?
Like
What if he's gay or something?
What?
Had that ever crossed your mind?
I feel like there's a real big risk sometimes, you know.
He's like, whoa, what if Steven's into me? You up for that?
Moving on. I've had enough of this line of questioning. We're going to be moving on to a little game we have.
Welcome to a new segment called Coin Drop. I believe, Bree, since you brought this to the table, maybe you should explain to the listeners.
Well, we'll give
What
it
it
a
is.
trial this week, see how it goes. But basically, someone will drop some coins on the table, and based on the sound, you've got to guess the monetary value of the coins. And if you get it right, you can have the coins or whatever.
Right,
It's pretty
that's how it goes.
simple enough.
So in my hands right now, I have my Mickey Mouse Magic Bank, where you cannot tell how much money's in there.
Wait, whoa! You actually have a prop which isn't shit.
It's
So you can see that there's no coins in there. Like you can't see the coins from the box. Like
yeah.
you've
can't.
actually showed up to a show with something that isn't complete nonsense.
I didn't intend for it to be a plus, but it is. But the problem with this piggy bank is I got it from Japan in Disneyland, and it's designed for yen, so it won't fit like
All the
thick
coins won't go
$1
in.
coins and 50-cent coins.
Why don't you get a Dremel and like
Have
cut
a
a
hard
slightly
time.
bigger hole?
You know, that's a bit much. Too
Aren't
much
you
effort.
an engineering student? Isn't that what
Bit
you
of
do?
effort, too much effort. I've broken the sides anyway. Who cares? But yeah. that's
Anyway,
what it is.
let's do a bit of a rundown. So this is going to be a bit more of a trial, a test of concept.
So just like Gee Whiz was a cheese quiz back in the day.
Let's not bring that up.
The first time we played it, we tried it out on each other first before we put it to our guests. So this is going to be something similar like that. I don't think people remember what Cheese Quiz was. That was a long time ago. But for new listeners, that we gave guests a Cheese Quiz and they got.
It was a prize money, and this will head to the only paid member of the show, Bree.
Yeah, $20.
$20. What did you spend it on?
I haven't yet. I was gonna.
What do you mean you
invest
haven't?
in something.
Invest.
In
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. No, I've heard my brother's got Dogecoin and it went up by 200%, so he's pretty chuffed with that.
Oh yeah.
So he's got $100 of
To the moon.
Dogecoin now.
Yeah, and then he had to use it to fix his car, did he? When he reversed into the pole.
Oh no, he hasn't fixed it. He's just seeing how long you can leave it for.
Oh right.
But
Right. So back to what's at hand. Coin drop. Who wants to go up against the drop first?
Wait, aren't we just doing one round? Like you take a lead. We'll see who gets the closest thing,
Okay.
and whoever wins loses a strike off their lateness tally.
Okay.
Because
so-
as you remember, if you get 3 strikes of being late, you get a punishment, which we haven't decided yet.
No. What's
But-
everyone on?
So Cameron's on 2,
Okay.
and we're both on 1. So Cameron's really is in the hot seat.
So I'm going to play and someone's going to drop.
Yeah,
Who's
so
gonna
you
be the
drop
dropper?
it,
Yeah.
and then we both guess which one's higher, or which one's closest.
The value
Yep,
of what I drop. Okay, but I'm going to use this mic as like the
sure thing.
drop mic. I feel like it might be better if I drop it on the table instead of into the bank.
You're not even using the right microphone, mate. Oh my gosh.
What?
Why did you... Never mind.
Am I on the wrong mic or something?
You were. Anyway, it's all good. You can
Wow,
still be
you sabotaged the show, mate.
good. Anyway, it's probably a bit less whiny. So
Fair bit of money in here. Can't give anything away.
anyway, so
Should I drop it into the
well,
bank?
let me see it.
Should I drop the money into the bank?
Yeah, okay. What you do? Have a closed fist and just drop it into the box.
No, you close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Well, what you...
Close your eyes. Turn around.
Okay.
Close your eyes. I'm gonna pick a value.
I can confirm I cannot see the coins. No, I'm just thinking back to how he told a story about there not being able to fit dollar coins.
So mic 4 is on.
So does that mean it's all silver? Yeah, no, it's good to go.
I'm not sure
I
he's
can hear
dropping.
it.
That's coming loud and
I'm gonna
clear.
do a test drop see if that picks up on the mic.
Oh, that
that-
was a nice...
Is that identifiable, or should I drop it on the table like this?
No, that was... Oh...
What do you reckon? I think the table's better, don't you?
Yeah, because the bank's got a slope in it, hasn't it?
Mm.
Okay. Go
Alright,
to the
let's
table.
go.
So I'll use this, and I'll.
Have you ever seen the movie Rayman? Was it Rayman? Rayman.
No, is it good?
I don't know.
Everybody loves
You've
rain.
never seen it?
No.
Anyway,
Okay, let's go.
all right. I'm gonna drop the first coin.
You're doing one at a time.
Yeah.
This could take ages.
No.
Just
No,
do it
just drop
all.
them
Just
all
do
at
it in a
once.
No,
pile.
I'm not doing
Whoa.
it.
Not all of it. Just pick a couple of coins
I'll
and
do
drop
it
them.
quickly. I won't do it. I won't
Alright,
do it.
alright.
Okay, ready?
That sounded thick. Lighter. So one gold, one silver. That's not even a coin.
They got in the money bank. Okay.
Was that all the coins?
Hang on, I need to hide the coins now. Yeah, that was all the coins.
So there was 4 coins.
Correct?
The look of concentration on Bree's face is intense. Ellie hit him?
I can sense the
Are the coins
tension
hidden?
in the air. I can cut it with a 50-cent coin.
Is the coins hidden?
Yes.
Alright. Who are you gonna ask first?
Okay, let's go with Bree.
Okay. I'm not sure if that was a gold one or not. This is where I'm debating with myself. I'm gonna go with 35 cents.
Oh.
35 cents total.
Yeah, which I'm
That's
assuming is
locking
very
it
wrong.
in. That's locking it in.
Sure.
I locked that in.
I'm thinking $1.75.
$1.75. You're both way off.
Go quick maths. Who's closest?
But he's closest.
How much was it?
It's $3.30.
I was actually going to say
$3.30.
$3.35, and I was like, no, that's too much.
$3.30. Yes.
But she lowballed it so much, it put doubt in my head.
Yeah, you did. You really went really low there.
I was like, you won't drop a gold one. I don't know.
Okay, so an update on the tally. Cameron, 2 strikes. 1 strike, you're out. Bree, 1 strike.
Bugger.
I'm back to the green.
Okay, so someone else do the drop. I want to play the guessing part. There's the coins there. Who wants to be the next dropper?
All right,
Okay.
so we'll have a game of 1. If you can get within 50 cents, you'll lose a strike.
Okay, yes, it's just you playing.
Yeah,
Give
but,
me-
but I've got to swap seats with someone.
Just turn around.
No.
Just turn around.
He's
But
not
you
comfortable
need,
leaving
you need
the...
this mic to...
No.
He's got long arms. He's alright.
Look at the tourists outside.
What are they up to?
I don't know. Buying things from souvenir shops, probably.
All right, so I'm gonna leave some coins behind on the pile just to give him a little bit more of information.
Wait, you play too, Brie.
No.
No.
You're not playing for anything, but you play anyway.
You can have a guess.
Just to keep you in the loop.
This will be the first coin. Second coin.
Why are you dropping in the bank, mate?
Listen, we like to keep you on your toes. Third coin. Fourth coin. Okay. And then I'll chuck in another one. Alright. Now, that's all the coins. Let's see if you can guess how many coins are in this bucket.
Have you... Can I look now?
Yep, it's good to go.
And I'm allowed to look at the remaining.
Yep.
From the looks of it, there's a lot of dollars missing. So I'm gonna go with maybe $4.
$4 in the bucket.
Yep.
What about you, Brie?
Alright, I'll go for $2.90.
$4, $2.90. We're going through the bucket. What did you say?
$4.
$1, $1.20, $1.70, $1.90, $3.
Oh, I was very close.
You're out of here, mate. You're still in the hot seat. One more lateness from you, and you'll be witnessing a
man.
punishment unlike anyone else has ever seen.
Don't worry, I'll find a way to redeem myself. So that's coin drop, eh? So no one won money because we were all wrong,
Well, some people are more wrong than others.
apparently.
But as a proof of concept, I reckon if it was just one person, one guest,
no,
Yeah.
no.
it'll be a lot more fun, a lot more
Yeah.
quick, a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have a guest, and the people who are not dropping will also compete against the guest for the money.
Okay, so what happens, we'll have one representative of the WAM show versus a guest.
Yeah.
Whoever gets closest keeps the money.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
WAM show's coin bucket.
Yes.
We
That's
don't
how
lose
we're
the
gonna
money,
play
that's the game.
Say dog, but replace it with imposter. Imposter?
Do you think headphones look nice on people? Or do you think people look better without headphones?
Well, it depends. Are you talking about headphones or those weird people who wear
like
cat ears?
people who wear Beats by
Those cat ear
Dre,
ones.
Those big ones that really take over the head, you know. What do you think?
Oh,
Bit out of
there's
trend?
worse things to wear, like the pre-aforementioned cat ear ones. That's always embarrassing when you see that one in public.
I think everyone should be wearing Jamaican hats.
Jamaican
So,
hats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, back to what we actually wanted to talk about. Hey, look at these.
We have had a bit of a live update on our current situation revolving this, how would you refer to it? Bullying.
Cyberbullying.
Cyberbullying.
The future of technology.
So, I asked, what I ended up messaging this guy was, hey, what was actually the story behind a profile picture? I feel bad for cutting you off the other day. And his response was, oh, no worries, mate. I I just took the photo when I was 12, put it up, and never been bothered to change it.
If they've even listened this far on the show, they probably already heard your explanation from before.
Well,
You don't have to explain it again.
As a live medium, you never know when people are gonna keep you on your toes.
Okay.
You know, they
Right.
might have
Might have
tuned out at the
jumped in.
coin drop, came back, and like lost some brain cells because like, you know what? Fair enough.
The IQ just dropped after that.
The WAM show is what goes down. You know, like.
Mm.
Anyway, so not the most exciting response. I was expecting like a large origin story, but
Yeah.
So the question is now, do I double down or end it there?
We answered that question, but we want to see the
No,
response.
double down to this particular response.
Oh.
Basically, he said, "No worries, mate. I just said it when I was 12 and couldn't be bothered changing it."
Tell him you should change it. It's pretty bad.
That seems a bit
Bit.
That's like harsh without any like humor. You know, it's not very. It's not clever roasting. You know, like when you put a bit of effort into like roasting someone, it's a bit less like harsh. You know, like
you want it to be subtle. You
like the
don't
most
want
insulting thing you can say to someone is something like "you smell." Like, like you just the more simple it is, the more it bites. You know, like because if someone puts some thought into it, it's like, oh yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll cop that. But if it's just harsh, like
I think what's worse is when someone smells and no one tells them. I think that's even worse than just telling them. In my opinion.
nah.
When you're constantly like, hey, do you want to choose some gum?
Hey mate.
You know, come on, have some extra.
Or just like casually drop in like your favorite gum flavors into conversations. Like, oh, I thought this was a gum flavor.
Oh, you know, like gum's like really good for like your teeth. Like, I think 9 out of 10 dentists really like extra mint flavor.
But would you
peppermint.
say anything if they can't do anything about it?
What? They can't take a shower.
Would you say anything?
Well, like if you're out with them,
Well, you'll never know if they can't do anything about it unless you tell them.
and then I was okay.
But okay, so like, are you
they-
saying
if
like if
they-
someone had a stain on their clothes, right? Like a really awkward one. I don't know.
Oh, you'd tell them about staying.
Yeah, but like if they can't go home and change, we ruin their night by having them self-conscious about it.
No, because they could get like a jacket or something and work with that. You know.
Oh, they're gonna go buy a jacket
No,
while
just
out on
take the
town.
shirt
No,
you
it's
know?
off. Go shirtless. That's much better. Even better.
Cameron, no one wants to
than
see
the
you
shirt.
shirtless.
Don't lie. You just hit up a guy after a lap.
Yeah, but notice how it wasn't you I was hitting up. So the question becomes, how do I respond to that? Do I either let it go, leave on the good terms, double down, ruin his life, or some other option I haven't thought of?
You should say something like, I hope you find it a profile picture to change it in the future soon.
Get well soon. God.
I believe in you, champ. Something like that.
I'll just give him like a long paragraph text saying like, when you're ready to choose another profile picture, I'll be here for you. I'm ready to support
Yeah,
you through
something
your
like that. Something
transition.
patronizing, you know.
Listen,
Where
mate.
He can't really get offended over it. Because
That could be good, but
you're
that
putting a
seems like it's a lot of
positive spin.
effort to pay off.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of crafting there, you know.
Hmm.
Now, I personally prefer to end on good terms because I don't want to bully this
No,
kid.
no. Here's what you do.
I
You
want to say bully, but
change your profile picture to a picture from when you were 12 years old, and be like, "Hey, now we're twinsies."
I'm jumping on the trend.
I support that option.
I didn't want you to feel left out.
Me
Didn't
and
want
you,
you to be
brother,
bullied for being the only
12
one.
forever. I want to. How about that?
Well, I can ask like, oh, is your profile picture 12 because it's like that, like the last time you felt alive or something? I don't know. Go down that route, or is there any funny it burns, which doesn't require me posting a 12-year-old picture of myself to Facebook?
No, this is the only
No.
one.
The only way.
Yeah, the other ones are a bit rough. I think this one's more. It's more like.
As a more of a laugh at myself situation, you know, like like it's not as harsh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do it. Let's go right now.
The problem with that one is
What?
don't have any 12-year-old photos of me on my phone.
Oh, ask your mum. Text her. Be like, hey.
Hey, so does this kid right? He really needs a hand in his transition to adulthood.
Everyone still thinks he's 12, but I'm pretty sure he's over the age of 12.
Should I ask him if he gets like many like messages from like old guys like thinking he's actually 12? What's that? Is that a bit weird? That bit much?
Borderline weird.
A little
much.
bit.
Too much.
But I would still
This is-
ask it. Just to see what his thoughts are.
No.
I can tell the internal conflict. You really want to do this, but
You know what? I think I'm gonna leave him alone.
you gotta leave him
Just leave it
alone.
on red.
I don't want it to shift from like having a laugh with someone you kind of don't know, to like bullying. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's a bit of a fragile line. You know, like.
Well, you know, after this semester, you're probably never going to see him again anyway, so why not? Maybe it'll be a funny story you tell in the future. Be like, hey, that's how I met my 12-year-old friend who was actually 21.
Should I say, oh, you still look 12, mate?
Looking a bit young.
I didn't realize I wasn't up to date. Like, oh,
You starting to shave soon, or the mustache is looking a little
wispy.
Yeah, a little wispy, a little thin, a little patchy. Yeah, I've given you a lot of options here, and you've chosen to take none of them. A little bit disappointed.
Sensible choice.
Yeah.
Taking the righteous path.
The old me would.
The old you would.
You would.
It would be much worse.
Well, the thing is, there's nothing here which is like funny enough to warrant it. You know, like you haven't come up with something funny
Alright.
enough.
Just block him.
Block him.
That's like.
That's a power move.
Yeah, he's like turns up next class, doesn't even make eye contact with you anymore, and he's just like constantly questioning his head why you blocked him, and then he's gonna be really self-conscious about, even more self-conscious than he already is about his profile picture.
Poor kid.
Because he'd be like, one time I was in a lab, and this guy, I tried to tell him about my 12-year-old profile pic, and he said he didn't want my life story. And then, he blocked me.
I feel bad. Well, you know what'd be funny? What if I go to his original profile picture, like post, and like comment on it something?
Yeah, go comment.
Okay.
Well, what would I say though?
When are you turning 13? When's the big 13?
My little man's all grown up.
Yeah, something like that.
Do you know the funniest thing ever is like when people have their grandparents on Facebook, but they're like a little bit too supportive?
Ah, yeah.
The other day I saw this guy, let's say he's about 17, pretty much he had himself in a compromising position, like at some club, making out some random girl or whatever, and he posted on his Facebook. It looked a bit like Eshe, like kind of scummy vibe to the photo.
Mm.
Okay.
And his grandmother was like, "Oh, you guys are so cute." It was like, what?
That's something James's relatives and mum would comment on his posts or his Facebook.
It's just like an
picture
interesting, like, you know, like you could consider like grandparents to be a bit more conservative, you know. Yes, or like.
Do you think when you grow up you're going to be that kind of relative that comments on your nephews or adventures on Facebook?
Yeah,
you can get away with
a 12-year-old profile picture being like, "Oh, he'll grown up, a big boy." Oh.
The big 12.
Big 12
big
coming
milestone.
soon.
I think on that bombshell, it's time to end the show.
Yeah. I feel like I painted myself in a bad picture this episode.
No, I don't think
I'd like to clarify.
No, don't clarify.
You know
this
what?
is the real Steven.
This is the real me.
Own it, believe it.
See it, believe it, dream it. No, dream it, believe it. No.
See you
Otherwise.
next week.
Well, we are ending the show there today.
Oh,
We're going
I
up.
believe there's a show after us.